Hey everybody, it's Dave here, and before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to take a second to thank our newest exclusive member on YouTube, Lindsay Osborne. Lindsay, thank you and all of our members. Your support means a lot to us. And now, on to today's video. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Desert Sky Adventures, and welcome back to the Allen Street vlog, a vlog that happens on and around Allen Street right here in the town Too Tough to Die, Tombstone, Arizona. A midsummer edition of the Allen Street vlog. We haven't done one that's been pre-recorded in almost 6 months, so welcome back. This evening, we're just taking a little walk around town. We're going to check out what's new and what's not, and as always, you're invited to come along with me. So over here at the corner of 6th and Fremont, the building that used to house the Tombstone Western Heritage Museum is now empty. You can see the signage has been removed. And this is one of those museums I had mentioned several months back on the channel. As long as I've been in Tombstone, I've only seen this museum open a handful of times when it was in operation. And I was only able to go in there one time. The entire time that I lived in Tombstone. It was a fantastic museum. They had a ton of historic stuff in there. And the gentleman that was working there at the time told me that they were going to try to sell the building with all the stuff in it. Well, apparently that didn't work out because there was an auction just last Saturday as I filmed this, where the Tombstone Western Heritage Museum auctioned off about 790 items that were in this museum. Maybe you want to own a gun that once belonged to Old Man Clanton, or the original roulette wheel out of the Crystal Palace. Or what about C.S. Fly's earliest known photo of the location of the gunfight near the OK Corral? Well, the museum is now history, and everything inside it, I'm pretty sure everything inside it was auctioned off. I did talk to a couple people who were a little sad about that, a good amount of Tombstone history potentially leaving Tombstone forever, but that's the way it goes. Over here near the Crystal Palace, and I'm noticing some new signs have been put up here. I'm not sure how long these have been here. It's probably been a little while now, but this is the first I've noticed them. Look at these signs, they actually look really good. It's a major improvement. So the new signage outside the Crystal Palace looks great. And speaking of new signage, I noticed some upgraded and brand new signs outside of the Tombstone Rose Tree Museum. This is a huge improvement over what was here previously. We won't be going into the Rose Tree Museum today, but I've filmed it many times on the channel. If you haven't seen it yet, look back in the video archive. Dixon approves. Tombstone has experienced notable monsoon activity over the past couple weeks, including a dust storm the likes of which has not been seen in Tombstone for several years. Presumably due to the monsoon winds, the sign on the Birdcage Theater, or perhaps the brackets holding the sign to the wall, might have been damaged, prompting the removal of the sign for a short time, likely for safety reasons. We're told the sign will be back, just not sure exactly when. just a few doors down from the birdcage, and we've been seeing for the last couple weeks the building that houses Doc Holliday's Saloon and the Undertaker's Espresso Bar has been getting a bit of a facelift. The outside front of the building has been restored, and now they are building an awning in front of the doors of the building, long overdue. Meanwhile, on the other end of town, the OK Cafe is still closed, although word on the street is they will be opening again soon. And I really hope that this is true. This is a place I've missed quite a bit since they've closed down. But with the closing of the OK Cafe, the only breakfast game in town really now is the Longhorn, which isn't really a problem. The Longhorn has great food, but on the weekends I've noticed the wait to get into the Longhorn has been significantly longer than usual. And if you're in town here or been hanging around the channel long enough, you may recall an unfortunate incident that occurred several years back where a gentleman actually went through the window at the Oriental Saloon. Now, this happened before the Tombstone Redemption, so it's been, I want to say, close to 3 years now. But it took a long time to get that window repaired, and even longer to get the decal or the stencil you see here back on the glass. But finally, after nearly 3 years, the front of the Oriental Saloon looks the way it should. Now here's something I found pretty interesting. A few nights back I was walking down Tough Nut around the Gunfighter Museum, and the building you see center frame here, there was a crew of guys out here working on this building, and they told me that this building is actually going to become a coffee shop. That's the only info I have, is it's going to be a coffee shop. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. Over at Shefflin Park, the fountain, which is still operating, by the way, fantastic. The fountain itself is not new, but there has been a plaque that's been installed. I'm not sure exactly when this came in, but it tells the story of the fountain, why it's here, and where it came from. Nice addition. I like it. And of course, we are less than 2 weeks away now from the big event as Tombstone says goodbye to Val Kilmer. And there are going to be, as you can see, lecture panels, the walk down, of course, the Doors, Ultimate Doors cover band concert, which I have tickets to. Really looking forward to that. But we will cover as much of the event as possible and show it to you right here on Desert Sky Adventures. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Allen Street vlog. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already on your way out. Those things are absolutely free. They really help us out a lot, and they don't cost you a thing. But that's going to wrap it up from here in Tombstone, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, until the next video, we'll see you down the road.